What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Let's get straight to it. Trump has made an announcement that all of the pardons that Joe Biden gave out prior to leaving office are invalid, or they are potentially invalid. And there's some people who are up in arms about this. Why? If you weren't the one that was given a pardon and then maybe it's rescinded and you're not facing jail time, why would you be concerned about it? Shouldn't we want to know the people that did whatever they did that Joe Biden felt they needed a pardon? Shouldn't we know what they might have been involved in, or maybe they weren't involved in it? And then their name's cleared. And if they're not cleared, then they're held accountable the way they wanted to hold Trump accountable. And I'm not saying that it should be, we definitely don't want to weaponize the Justice Department the way it was the last administration. We can't, that'll never end. It's a never ending cycle, and it's not good for the nation. But if people really did do some bad things or attempted to do bad things, I think we should know, because these are elected officials, right? Now, for those of you not aware of why Donald Trump says that he believes, and why this current administration believes that the pardons aren't any good, and it's not just pardons, there's other things that may be questioned. And the reason why is because Joe Biden didn't sign these things. His signature's on there, but it wasn't Joe Biden that signed them. There's a machine called the autopen. And they say, oh, well, Obama used it and other politicians have used it. Well, most of the time, it's kind of like in sports memorabilia. Rather than an athlete signing 1,000 shirts, he does his signature. They upload that into a computer. The computer loads it into the machine's brain, and then the machine, you can put shirts down, whatever it is, and it can sign for you. The problem is when you have a world leader, when you have the president of the United States, who, by all accounts now, it seems, he's in extreme cognitive decline. It's hard for him to put together an entire sentence. It's hard for him to follow questions and answer coherently sometimes. We don't know who was running the country. Let's just get to it. We don't know who was running the country. Maybe he had a couple months in the beginning of his administration where he was okay. I don't know. No one knows. But there came a point where it became pretty obvious that Joe Biden was up in years, very tired, seemed disoriented a lot. And, I've said, a lot of people think that was Obama's third term, that Obama was running things from behind the scene. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Obama was a puppet for somebody. Those are facts. That somebody was able to really take over, that entity, we'll say, not a somebody, that entity, whatever it was able to have their way when Joe Biden was president. Now, when it gets to these autopen signatures, there are certain signatures that on the date they were signed, it's supposedly been easily verified that Joe Biden was nowhere near the White House. Joe Biden was on trips in different places when those documents were allegedly signed by him. And so if Joe Biden wasn't there to sign them, was he told, Mr. President, we have this thing and we'd like you to, you know, sign this. And did he know, did he understand what they were asking him? Even if they did ask him, did he understand, did he comprehend what was going on? And I'm pretty sure some of this stuff or all of this may wind up in the courts, and it should. How lazy is a president that they can't sign a document? How busy are they that they can't finish the work they started? If you campaign for something and you're pushing for something and you're presenting something to the American people that you want to do for them on their behalf whatsoever, you understand that if this comes to fruition, you have to sign that into law. And so how do you do all the campaigning or this and this and that? Or how do you even if you're not even, it's not even a campaign thing, it's just something that you decide you're going to do. How do you not sign it? How do you let a computer sign it? I mean, it's not like you had to do 1,000 of them a day. So how is Joe Biden going to be able to answer the question? Mr. President, do you remember this? Can you imagine him being questioned on whether he remembers? And again, this is one of those things where all politics to the side, man. This is not a left, right, conservative, liberal thing. If there are documents being signed for the President of the United States, and it isn't the President of the United States signing them, I believe we should be concerned. Because we don't know what could be put in place and who's actually signing that. It can't be legitimate. If somebody goes and gets a loan right now and forges your signature, should you be held accountable if they default on that loan? No. So whoever's using that autopen or did use that autopen to give out all these pardons and other things, we don't know everything that was used, the autopen was used for. I think that needs to be looked into. I think everything that was signed into law, everything that supposedly has Joe Biden's signature on it during his 4 years in the White House, I think needs to be scrutinized. I think we need to figure out, what did Joe Biden really want and what did somebody else put into play? And I hope that there will be people who, I know there's people that are going bonkers, that they don't want to listen to anything I have to say. They don't see the big picture of how serious that could be if someone, possibly a double agent, possibly someone with ill will for this nation, can push a button, type something out, push a button, and then get it somehow filed as a presidential paper, an authentic presidential paper. It's not far-fetched. Not when you have a president who was in decline the way Biden was. I think autopen should be prohibited for White House documents, for Senate documents, for congressional documents. If you feel as a politician that you are too busy to sign a bill, then don't even have anything to do with it in the first place. You're too busy. That's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out of here.